是黄牌在身，然后摩纳哥现在是2名球员的黄牌在身。然后这场赛事我们看到，这是摩纳哥队他们这场赛事里面，他们是主场迎战的葡萄牙里斯本竞技队。上一场比赛里面呢，他们做客对上葡萄牙里斯本竞技队的时候，他们是遭到了痛宰，以0比3的败阵下来。
是比赛的话是有时候是表现不一样，所以这个比分有时都不一样了。
好，我们看到现在穿红色球衣的就是法国的摩纳哥队，对上穿绿色球衣的里斯本竞技队。这场赛事马上要开始，欧洲冠军联赛第5日的比赛。你看这场赛事也是对于摩纳哥来讲非常重要，也是巩固他们在小组领先的一场重要的比赛。好，你看到现在马上开始。我们看现在这场比赛刚刚开始，穿红色球衣的法国的摩纳哥队对上穿上绿色球衣的葡萄牙里斯本竞技队，在 F 组的比赛。主场的是穿红色球衣的摩纳哥队。那摩纳哥队他们是这次以去年的在法国联赛的冠军的身份来角逐今年的欧洲冠军联赛。看到15号的里文斯奇，这球出界。
一般这个法国这个球队的话，也是在欧洲呢是比较有名气的，相信他们在这个欧洲这个冠军联赛里面也是不会差的。这个是摩洛哥守门员大脚解围出了界外。
摩洛哥的守门员是1号的巴吉斯，看到他的特征就是他的光头。
是啊。
看2名球员撞在一起，刚才摩洛哥的8号的贝纳拜尔，这球再度出界。里斯本竞技队他们在今年的欧洲冠军联赛里面成绩表现的不是很理想，他们是1胜1和，然后2败的一个成绩，入球只入了5球，但是被对手入了7球，所以他们现在积分的是4分。而且这一次在进入到最后8强的，当然是每个小组的6支球队的冠军呢，领先的排名第1的球队直接进入到8强的复赛，然后另外2个名额是要由各组里面的第2名里面成绩最好的2队来进入角逐这最后2个名额。
好，看这个球是在里面，这个是这个角度太小了，所以这个打门的时候打到了门的侧面。是
里斯本10号的哈吉。那么刚才在攻击的哈吉他事实上也是来自于法国的一个球队，法国的一个球员。那他今年是25岁，他个人呢在今年替葡萄牙的里斯本竞技队已经入了2球，分别是在9月17号的时候，在面对摩纳哥的时候，然后另外就是在上个礼拜的时候，在面对德国拜仁慕尼黑队1比4败阵情况下，那唯一的1球入球就是刚才10号的哈吉所入的。
他在这个里斯本竞技队主场的话，赢了那个摩洛哥3比0。这样看这场比赛，摩洛哥可能是争回了个面子。
因为上一次在里斯本竞技队的主场，然后被里斯本竞技队以0比3的完封，可以说是相当没有面子。我们看，刚才是摩纳哥，我们看到这是24号来自尼日利亚这位国脚，伊克伊巴。
好，这个斜直线，看他们招啊，可能是在争夺的时候，这球没传出来。
摩纳哥9号的德利斯古他在 第3日的比赛的时候，第3天的比赛里面呢，他表现非常好，在87分钟跟90分钟的时候各进了1球。那场比赛是对上比利时的列斯队，看现在一个短角球，
哇，这个终于把它挑起来，哇，这球像是打门一样，但是这个球踢的脚外侧，这个球踢到那个是边线出界了。
是7号的科里恩斯。刚才那个球好像就直接想要起脚打门的样子。哇，科里恩斯铲对方的球，结果这个球2个人还在争执，哇，结果最后被沙贝尔给踢了出来。在中场，摩纳哥的控球。
哇，这个吊中，但是没逃过这个里斯本竞技的啊，这个球还有机会。
有机会。
哇，幸亏是守门员很快的扑出来，抢在这个摩洛哥球员的前，把这个球包住了。
哇，刚刚看到里斯本竞技队的守门员呢，维尔迪，相当漂亮的一个化解，要不然那个球是有很大的一个机会可以攻门。然后现在刚刚开始，双方还是0-0的一个局面。
哇，这个球传中的话，也是差一点造成机会，还是让那个摩洛哥23号球员把这球顶出了界外去底线。艾利士，现在是里斯本竞技队的角球。
看摩纳哥的守门员巴迪斯是一位光头守门员，他也是担任队长。你看这角球，哇，危险危险！
但是我们可以看到边线裁判已经举旗，因为这个球是往歪弯进来的，球已经住了底线，所以是球门球。
好，我们看到现在守门员大脚将这个球，哇，踢过了半场，脚力非常好。里斯本竞技队的控球，哇，被摩纳哥给截走。
哇，这个球是看很准，但是在对方力压下，只能用头猛向门去，力量也不太够。
我们看到是尼日利亚的国脚伊克伊巴。摩纳哥队在上一场比赛里面虽然是做客对方，但是在比较被看好的情况下，居然是以0-3，一球都没有拿到的情况之下，败给了今天的对手里斯本竞技队。这可以说相当没有面子，所以可以预见的是，今天这场比赛，摩纳哥不但想要赢，而且想要从对方的手中多拿几球。
如果我相信那个摩洛哥，如果他能正常发挥的话，也是有这个机会的。
在输了第1场比赛之后，摩纳哥确实他们在往后3场比赛里面都恢复了他们应该有的一个水准了。他们在第2场比赛里面是以4-0打败了拜仁慕尼黑队、列佛库森队。然后我们看到他们在第3场比赛里面是以5-1，然后第4场比赛是以1-0分别击败了比利时的列斯队。那今天这场比赛他们是主场迎战里斯本竞技。看到5号的杜马斯。
哇，这个球是距离太远了，还是不敢动力球让守门扑出来，差点让这个摩洛哥球员可以挣下这个球。
是，刚刚这个球有点危险。
是啊，应该是早点处理的话会更好。日本竞技这个吊前，这个球失误了14号的队长奥西安卢。
所以这个守门员他在出来扑球这个时机，什么时候该出来，跟该出来这个时机也是非常重要的。
是啊，因为这个有时候自己本身跟防守球员误会的话，就给对方造成进球的机会。而且是摩洛哥在后场的控球。
你看，依旧是5号的杜马斯。
哇，这一下想踢这个球踢空了。
哦，现在我刚输送的不错，哎呀，但这个球可惜出界了，
越线。因为这个球是斜着传的话，所以这个球又容易出界。如果他往直一点往前传的话，让自己的球员能追上来，这个球就有机会。
那我们看现在摩纳哥队的控球，双方还是0比0，在上半场。
好，这个打空位打得不错，摩纳哥的传中，哎，可惜没有传到点上。
是啊，没有人接应的情况之下，里斯本竞技队，我们看现在比赛时间呢已经完成了10分钟了，双方还没有先开纪录。哦，这球有点传得太急了，看到在门前的接应的前锋，我没有办法将这个球给及时的处理。
日本的15号的球员大脚贝尔图，长传的话也失误。哎呀，这个球，这个球是有点花脚一样，这个球差点失误了。
杜马斯的控球，
非常大这个球，伊利亚国脚科斯伊巴追上这个球。
伊克伊巴在这一次的，在今年的欧洲冠军联赛里面，他个人呢也到目前为止也入了2球，不过他现在要小心一点，因为他现在有1张黄牌在身。这球在争球的情况之下出了界，看到里斯本竞技队要来开边界球。
现在是看到这个，这一脚，已经举旗越位。看起来这个摩洛哥这场比赛呢，一点都不放松，因为他们在防守的时候，大部分的球员都回来防守了。因为他们不会忘记是在客场以0比3输给了里斯本竞技队，
对他们来说是非常没有面子的事。这个球传得漂亮，停了一下，伊克伊巴。给马杜斯。哎呀，跌倒了一下。
这个球是看明
13岁，要严格限制23岁以下球员才能踢奥运。那也就是说，如果这个条例成立的话呢，很多的这个足球明星就没有办法在这个奥运跟大家见面了。
是啊，但是也是一个让年轻的球员多点锻炼这个世界性的比赛的机会也好啊。看这个球进攻是在里斯本竞技球员力压下出了底线，先是摩洛哥的角球。
摩纳哥刚才曾经有过一个角球的机会，但是没有造成入球。现在我们来看看另外一个角球的机会，24号的伊克伊巴，他是尼日利亚的一个国脚。看这个球，被顶了出来，还是在摩纳哥脚下直接打门，这个球有威力。但是我们看到在禁区似乎有一位摩纳哥球员已经受伤了。
是啊，因为在那个开角球出来的时候，手面跟他已经碰在一起，所以他可能打到了头上的话受伤。
哇，我们看到这是摩纳哥他4号的杰杜，23岁的这名年轻的球员，后卫。而且我们看到哇，守门员他也
getting ready to come on. It's, maybe the best angle to show exactly what happened. You could see it there, the clash of heads. Jetu is not very happy about life. I think he feels that there might have been a bit more patience shown there. And he's going off with the shirt off, and Thierry Henry is on, and clearly the substituted player believes that this was a premature reaction by Jean Tigana, that he didn't need to make the switch. De Wilde is able to continue. Sporting will be very grateful for that. Oceano. Players don't like lengthy stoppages like that. Always the risk of the muscle just seizing up and an injury occurring when the game gets going again. And there's a risk of other injuries. There's 1 or 2 tackles here. So Saber takes the free kick. Hadji towards Leandro, who reacted typically quickly. And Barthez is annoyed that his defenders weren't as alert. It was a pretty straightforward ball, but Hadji made something of it to ease it through. And the Brazilian forward, having got to the ball first, might be a little disappointed that they didn't make more of that, but he appreciates Hadji's quality of service. The decision is a corner, which Long takes. Pignol's header. Henry, who is also in the very promising category, although he's had to play second fiddle to others recently. Rather blocked off, but not in too dramatic a fashion for the referee to start blowing the whistle. And Luis Miguel trying to accelerate away down that far side for Sporting, who, having won that opening game against Monaco, have only taken 1 point from their 3 matches since. That was in Belgium against Liège, and a 1-1 draw. They did lead until the closing moments too. Barthez had that covered. Spanish referee just telling Hadji not to mess around there and give the ball back, which he did. Crowd starting to come alive now. And we'll hope that the free kick conceded for the shove on Trezeguet will lead to something a little bit more penetrating from the home side. They've won their last 5 matches, Monaco, 4 of them in the French First Division, the other in the Champions League. Well, the concern about De Wilde, and with a head injury you have to be very careful, and clearly he's not feeling right. Maybe a spot of double vision, which of course can be devastating for a goalkeeper, so it's an opportunity for Thiago, the backup goalkeeper. Spends so much time on the bench, of course, but now he's out there in goal, and straight away having to make a save from Henry. Not long by Oceano, and Leandro chasing. But Sagnol, one of several players in their first season with Monaco, job well enough the first time, and then when he's needed again, that's a yellow card for Leandro for a tackle from behind on Sagnol. And in forwards generally are not very good tacklers. maybe it was an absence of technique as much as any malicious intent, but nonetheless the referee quite entitled to book the Brazilian. But the main talking point to this point in the game, the substitution of 2 players and the Sporting changing goal, and that will make the newcomer 22-year-old Thiago feel much more at home, much more quickly in seconds of coming on. Hadji. Samuel going in. Just find the right final ball at the moment. Monaco. They, as you would expect, giving the evidence here of having the greater attacking threat. But Hadji to the willing Completo. Now Long. Worth a crack, and Didier Long, a very good striker of a moving ball as well as a dead ball. He didn't get the connection totally right that time. It's a really long kick from Barthez that got Victor Ikpeba within sight of the opposing goal. Barthez, who has origins in his family, the flag was up, was it incidentally? No? It'll be a goal kick. Origins for Barthez in the game of rugby. His father was an outstanding rugby player. Pavillon himself enjoys the game, and maybe why he has such an excellent kicking technique. A placed kick, as the rugby men would say. The ball did travel a really extravagant distance. Completo allowing himself the extra touch. Tidy challenge by Collins. Free kick to Sporting. More stoppage time here. It's been a first half at this point rather of fits and starts. Oceano fell heavily. Just seemed that right arm buckled underneath him as he went down. He was jumping with 2 players behind him. Well, they'd lost their goalkeeper of international calibre, and here they are seeing their captain stretchered off for the time being. Busy for the medical men. We're going to get a 3rd substitution inside the opening half an hour. All injury based. Long restarts the game with a free kick. Benadia. It is hard for players to pick up the rhythm, as I said earlier, after lengthy stoppages. Luciano is back with us. And Monaco have a free kick. Leandro guilty of dangerous play here on Iles. Taken by Dumas. Like a handball. Benavia protesting his innocence, but maybe in the case looking at that replay. Bounced up near the arm. I'm not sure that it actually touched it. Examination of the character of the sporting players. Difficult game here in any circumstances as a club, despite a very long tradition of playing in European competitions. Sporting of Lisbon have only ever won an away game against a French club on one previous occasion. That was more than 30 years ago when they did go to Bordeaux and succeed. Less than victory tonight and they're out of the final reckoning, and even should they win, it still would be pretty much odds against them coming out on top of the group. Forward through Pedro Martins to Quimbeto. Luciano. 15 minutes to go to half-time, including some stoppage time, and a chance here, and it's Luis Miguel. Well, one of the lesser lights at Sporting timed his run round the back, and Barthez was exposed and then beaten. Not too many Sporting fans here, but that's what they were craving to see, and what Monaco feared, a loss of concentration. They've been going so well in recent games, but a very good finish beyond the far post, and the underdogs from Portugal have the lead here in Monaco tonight. That should put some extra zip into the home team, and maybe from the neutral point of view it's the best thing that could have happened. Collins with the free kick. No real sign of goal for Trezeguet to this point. Iles. And stepping in again, showing the sort of urgency that Monaco now suddenly find themselves in need of. And it's brought Monaco a free kick. Benavia's mind to test out this second string goalkeeper from this sort of set piece situation. He does go for goal, and it hits the crossbar. Thiago did look a little short on experience then, and also maybe a little short on height, but it was straight above him. He misjudged it. Fortune was on his side. And Monaco now would surely want to put the ball right in and around the goalkeeper from the corner. Collins, goalkeeper, decides to come. Pignol, who hit that great shot after the earlier incident that led to Jetu and De Wilde being substituted, but no repeat dose then. suddenly the game, which was taking a rather meandering course, has got right on track. Oceano. It's not going to the expected script for Monaco. See the free kick through Collins. Pedro Martins was on the receiving end. Hadji in a battle with Sagnol here. And that was neatly done. Legvinsky. Oceano thought he could pinch it then and very nearly did. But Monaco still in possession with Legvinsky. Back towards him by Igpepa, good tackle by Kimberto. Quicker tempo about the match now. Monaco, who were rather waiting for things to happen, now have got to go and make them happen. Good work from Collins. He'd like to hit it with the left foot in the end, or pass it with the left foot, which is what he did. Benabia. The free kick could have gone either way, and Didier Long is annoyed that it's gone against him. Tussle with Benabia. But again, an opportunity for Monaco to exploit a maybe rather nervous replacement goalkeeper. Certainly won't feel as happy as he did when he made that save straight away, having had his crossbar rocked from a free kick. And the angle now is suitable for Collins. Sagnol is there as well. It was Pignol. I don't know why John Collins didn't think about going for goal himself then, but Benabia seems to be the player dictating the shape of these free kicks, the senior man. But they didn't quite play that right. And they're a goal down at home to the Sporting Club of Portugal, Sporting Lisbon as they're known familiarly around the place. Oceano, Pedro Martins. No foul. And maybe another chance here for Hadji. A header by Leandro, penalty. A penalty. The header blocked by an arm. Well, after such a tame start, suddenly this is becoming very dramatic indeed. Hadji with so much space, Monaco losing their concentration again. And it was Jumar who was penalised. So now, who's going to step up and take the responsibility here against Fabien Barthez? And the captain takes on the job. Oceano. 38th minute, this for 2-0. 2-0 it is. And I think you're looking at a bogey side to Monaco. Sporting celebrate again. Amazingly, in this group, they've now scored 5 goals against Monaco without reply. And are they on their way here to a dramatic double? Oceano, who got the first against Monaco back in September, outwent the hand there. Good spot by the referee. Good slot from the penalty taker, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Oceano doubles Sporting's lead. Can Monaco get themselves out of this? Well saved by Thiago from Ikpepa. Almost caught at that stage when a team is, in theory, very vulnerable when celebrating having scored themselves. What a game this is developing into, from the most unpromising of beginnings. It's a corner. Collins not doing as much with it as he would have liked. Well, Monaco have got their work cut out now. So they have been scoring plenty of goals, 3 in each of their last league games in the French First Division. And they now need 3 here. A classic case of overconfidence, you feel. Benavia takes it. Finally, Hadji happy to belt it away, and he's kicked out. Luis Miguel, slightly overstating the case, it went towards Luis Miguel, the clearance. Oh, and the deflection there stopped Trezeguet getting one back. What a block this is. Trezeguet fought for it, won it, hit the volley sweetly. But the ball spiralling off an outstretched leg from Nene, that would have been one back. Here's Benavia with the corner. Out comes the goalkeeper and deals with it decisively. Throws just got a bit too much on it, but goalkeepers have to get rid of the ball so quickly. Well, who'd have thought we'd be looking at a scoreline like that? 4 minutes plus a significant amount of stoppage time before half-time. Case of needs must for a club from Portugal. But they're being pressed here by Benavia. Can he get the cross back? Goalkeeper able to claim it from Ikpepa's head. Monaco's need now, leaving all sorts of gaps. Didier Long not able to exploit the ones that were there on that occasion. Here's Pignol. Long tackle, ball has gone out of play. A very agitated Jean Tigana. This is more than Monaco of a couple of months ago. A team that's been playing so well in all competitions over the last few weeks. Trezeguet, another corner, a goal before half-time, and that might unsteady the Sporting ship. Goalkeeper being impeded. Levinsky came across and just made a bit of contact before going on to climb for the ball. Leandro. Sagnol with a throw. First target now for Sporting to get half-time with his 2-goal lead still intact. Henry, and was very close, aiming to knock it down towards Trezeguet. Nearly came off for Monaco. Long. Get it back again and again. Dumas. Here's Completo. Pedro Martins. Now will be composing his talk to his team, but really the scenario says it all. Goals in their 2 previous home games in the Champions League, and they need to get 3 more in the second half, plus more stoppage time will be added on, and there could be several minutes of that for the lengthy hold-up when Jetu and eventually De Wilde to be replaced. Moving into stoppage time now. Luciano also stretched it off, remember, earlier in the half. Coming back to make a very important contribution with the penalty. Pignol. And ricochets behind off him and it's a goal kick. Pignol's header, not able to set Monaco going forward. Well, you do feel that it's been a psychological failing as much as anything else by the home players. They didn't really begin the game with any of the conviction that they showed here against Paris Saint-Germain only 6 days ago. So it's gone behind. Henry, to his credit, concentrating on the ball when others might have tried to earn themselves a free kick in that situation. Paris Saint-Germain were put to the sword very early by Monaco's blistering start in the league game. It was a very sluggish beginning here. If they felt that they were playing opposition that could not score against them. Well, how wrong that was the case has turned out to be. Not 1 but 2. Pedro Martins. Hadji. And maybe Luis Miguel again. Well played by Barthez. Saw the danger. Oh, we've got another injured goalkeeper, another international at that. Well, contact beyond that knee there as he tried to hurdle, but nearly clipped the top of Barthez's leg, and pain of a different kind. Had the insult, conceding 2 goals, now they've got the injury. Stefan Parato is on the bench if Jean Tigana needs to substitute. Certainly Luis Miguel was tied to the chase, and then as he tried to get over the top, I don't think there was anything intentional about that. Half-time is very close, and Barthez can be assessed then. That's how close it is. Well, an extraordinary first half, a game that set off most unpromisingly, it must be said. We've had injuries galore, both goalkeepers who started the game in the wars, De Wilde not finishing the half, Barthez finishing it with some difficulty.
不过道歉归道歉的，伤害已经造成了，这是已经无法挽回的一个局面。现在我们看到这场赛事在下半场现在马上要展开，然后在上半场靠着13号的麦格尔，然后还有里斯本竞技队获得一个点球的一个机会啊，他们是2比0啊，在上半场领先。
Finding out because they've really got to give it the gun in the second half. It's been a rather subdued atmosphere at half-time. The Monaco fans obviously very distressed at what they've seen from their team to this point, and the Sporting supporters almost staggered by what they've seen from their side. So away we go for the second half, with Sporting with that 2-goal cushion given in a 7-minute spell towards the end of the first half. Barthez beaten twice. Jean Tigana has had his say, and now it's down to his team. They've got themselves into the hole to try and get themselves out of it. Long. Well, they've disappointed in the Champions League since that first game, Sporting. Only lost one league game in the Portuguese First Division, but they've given the ball away rather cheaply here. Collins. Touch back towards Benabia by Trezeguet. Gimberto, another adventure forward. Nene and Marco Aurelio, the two centre-backs, been pretty solid. There was that brilliant block by Nene from Trezeguet, and Monaco had one of their better moments of the first half. Levinsky. Dumas. Saber with the throw. Luis Miguel, who has never scored for Sporting in the Portuguese First Division, but has scored here tonight in the Champions League. Sanyol slows down quickly. He's such an eager man in midfield, Benabia, and he's got quality in his passing. Look at that, for an example of that. Long able to cut out the cross and just bide his time before getting good distance to the clearance. It's important for Sporting to make sure the ball doesn't keep coming straight back. As Monaco look to lay siege. John Collins and Thiago couldn't be sure whether that was going in or not. And the substitute goalkeeper diving a long way to his left. I think it would have beaten that post, but this might tell us for sure. Yes, it was definitely going wide. The goalkeeper not taking any chances, and the touch leads to the corner. And Trezeguet nearly in. Thiago has only played a couple of times in the first team before. But what a big night this is for him. And it could be a great night for Sporting if it continues in this vein. Luis Miguel. Pressed by Pignol. dispossessed by Benabia. Collins comes back to him again. Well, I think we're seeing the signs of how this second half is going to shape up. Whether Monaco take their chances remains to be seen, but you do feel that they're going to make some. It must be a strange life being a reserve goalkeeper for so long. You hang around, you sit on the bench, particularly when you're backing up a very consistent performer like Wilder. But when you are required, it's right into the spotlight. Lewinsky. Sporting alertly getting players around the midfield man as he tried to make some progress there. Lewinsky. Well, it was a very direct ball into a penalty area where Trezeguet will hope to get more regular supply than he got in the first half. He was up well, just pulled off the back of Nene, gave him the advantage when the ball came in, but the header always passing wide of Thiago's right-hand post. Here's Leandro trying to take on a whole posse of defenders and being brought down in the mind of the referee, but certainly not a decision that the Monaco men agree with. He was a bit lucky playing for a free kick that he got, Leandro. Now, whether Barthez's mobility is restricted by this big bandage on his right knee, maybe we're about to find out. Not too bad there as he darts back across the line. Well, there's this setup for Didier Long. Frenchman through and through, but was in a position where he'd hoped to do better than that for his Portuguese club against what is not technically French opposition. Of course, the Principality of Monaco, a different country, but opposition, shall we say, from the French First Division. Pignol. Now Ikpeba. The shot on here. Well, the flag had gone up. John Collins in the thick of things. But still no breakthrough for Monaco or break back into the game. How strong mentally Sporting would be if they concede a goal relatively early in the second half. That would be a question that maybe not even their coach would be sure about. But they haven't conceded yet, and we've had 8 minutes of the second half. It's still 2-0 for the club from Portugal. But they're being threatened again. Sagnol's cross, and Luis Miguel happy that that rolled his way to clear. Benabia shrugging off Long. Well, that was a good opportunity for Victor Ikpeba, and in his current goal-scoring vein, you have backed him to have made more of that. No offside, but no goal. Henry. Pepper trying to head it on. Pignol in a hurry. Everyone for Monaco in a hurry. Foul by Saber on Thierry Henry. Benabia with the 4 to aim at. That little cluster there. But he made it pretty simple for the goalkeeper. Leandro very much on his own to try and chase and harry and hope that there might be a mistake that lets him in. So we've had 10 minutes of the second half. Scoreline unchanged. Henry and Saber. And it's Saber's second infringement in quick succession, and I think more for that than anything else. He gets a yellow card which will keep him out of the last match for Sporting at home to Liège, the last match of the group. Whether it's the last match for them in this year's competition remains to be seen. They're certainly giving themselves at the moment a better chance of staying in. Collins takes, goalkeeper again, positive and effective. Against the climbing Trezeguet. A lot of responsibility on Marco Aurelio and Nene, because they're just knocking it long now like this. Was Barthez trying to be the supplier. Luis Miguel with a little header only into Legvinsky. He cuts it out again though, the scorer of the first goal. Dumas, who gave away the penalty. Keba. Navia couldn't make much of that though. There wasn't a great deal of thought into the ball looped up by the Nigerian striker. And back come Monaco again. Dumas. Nicely done by Hadji, who learnt his football in France and was in a situation where he could have qualified to play for France. Opted though for the country of his birth, Morocco. Benabia. And they're in this time, are they? No. Henry. Whether if he'd gone for it first time and not taken the touch, he might have had a better outcome. He knocked it to where Thiago could claim it bravely and safely, and now Sporting can use up a bit more time here. Their supporters will be counting every minute that passes in this second half. We've had 13 of them. Saber. Oceano. Barthez having to run with the handicap of the damaged leg to get the ball as quickly as possible in several circumstances in the second half already. Sporting are just happy to get it into Monaco territory. Portuguese club continuing to work very hard though. Fortified by the position. Iles. That'll do again. It's not very cultured, and out comes Barthez. Boys, of course, nowadays, there was a time where you had to stay with the one-match ball. The regulations have been changed, and as soon as one goes off, another one is put back on if they can get someone there quickly to take the throw. That's Saber again in trouble. And Thierry Henry joining the pack in the centre. Still more than half an hour to go. And if Monaco could get a goal from this free kick, they would feel they were really back in business. Pignol will take it. And it'll be a corner now off the head of Oceano. Well, look at his urging and exhorting then. Keep his team's concentration here and their application as the goalkeeper goes with the fist this time. Corner taken by Benabia, who controls the ball but can't get round the back. Long saw to that. Collins. Collins again. Now there's a chance for a cross. They were lining up in the centre, but Sporting so far standing firm. Sagnol with the throw. Benabia, another corner. On the short side this time, and Oceano squeezing it away. Well, Jean Tigana must have hoped for an early goal in the second half to change the mood here, to lift the spirits of the crowd as well as the team. Hasn't yet materialised. Jump by Long, and again, and Pedro Martins, who's got round the ball and got his tackles in an unspectacular but very important way in the middle of midfield. He's the number 6. Umberto played that as he was fouled. The referee was just looking to where the ball was going and just turned away at the crucial moment. And still, this unexpected scenario here. Illes. Monaco trying to hit back from 2 goals down. And now they surely must do. Well, the man who hasn't been missing in the league is missing here in the Champions League. Thierry Henry got it down to Trezeguet, who blazed away but blazed over the bar. Goes Oceano, trying to screen the central defenders. I think it took a touch off a Monaco body, and it's a Sporting throw from Kimberto. They're not offering very much more than defensive policy in their own half, Sporting. I do think that they are drawing Monaco more and more on. Whether they've got the capacity to make a meaningful break, perhaps we shall see. But Pignol can't Can't get the ball even into the penalty area from there. Looking for a calculated pass rather than the percentage ball that time, to his credit. Again, is summing up of the situation really, is Sporting just happy to knock the ball forward, although Oceano tried to pass it that time and was caught. And here's Ikpeba against the post. Well, they're getting closer and closer. And that was really down to the captain, who had the opportunity just to boot the ball out of harm's way, looked to lay it into a teammate, was dispossessed, and Trezeguet's header, but Victor Ikpeba bearing down on Thiago and the Sporting goal, rammed his shot against the post. And here come Monaco once more. Fearless. Here's Ikpeba. He's got a free kick, and Saber is on this disciplinary tightrope, and he might be knocked off it with serious consequences by the referee, who's that's Ikpeba's shot, beating the goalkeeper quite clearly, but the ball flying back into play off that post. Yes! Trezeguet. Well, the signs were there. And Monaco begin what they hope is a real turnaround. 20 minutes into the second half. And Benabia putting it in to an area where the tall 20-year-old David Trezeguet climbed and guided his header beyond Thiago, who is beaten at last. And now the fight back really starts, and Sporting's policy of what we have we hold, in the end maybe not quite ambitious enough, and also a succession of free kicks by a beleaguered right-sided defender Saber. Finally, here he is taking the throw. One of them put to good use, and Trezeguet continues this splendid streak. Foul against Thierry Henry. Well, they've got the last quarter of the game, Monaco. And they will hope now that not just the strength and the skill, but also the will to sort out Sporting, who might just be more vulnerable than most after what's happened to them in their recent Champions League games. They were beaten home and away by Bayer Leverkusen. Willy Sagnol, he went for the ball, whereas Hadji waited for it to drop, and then a heavy fall for Sagnol. Has to go off before the referee will allow him to resume, having had treatment on the pitch. So Monaco, for the moment, down to 10 men. Sporting's lead is down to 1 goal. Cleared by Pignol. Henry. There's 2 forward here, Ikpeba. Couldn't get the ball across the face of the goal. He was tackled as he looked up, in truth. Long. This is Leandro. Dumas. Well, the goalkeeper didn't get there. And David Trezeguet getting his head to a ball menacingly again for Monaco. Canabia, well, you could see what was in his mind. But it's going to be a long last 20 minutes for Sporting. Well, whether coach Vital will decide to make a change. Pedro Martins stopped in his tracks. But they really fortified Monaco by scoring. Well, they must have been beginning to wonder whether it was going to be one of those nights. Chances missed. They'd hit the bar with that free kick in the first half. Pepe himself here hit the post in the second half. Humberto having to take the goal kick. And the pressure immediately back on. And Pepe colliding, nothing worse than that, with Humberto. Luciano. Long. Well, that was risky by Pedro Martins. He let it run blind, and Pignol almost accelerating away until the long legs of Marco Aurelio restored some sort of order for Sporting. Collins with the cross. With Trezeguet on the far post again. And now Hadji. Trying to get it through to Leandro. Oh, that was a chance. His first touch was a bit heavy. There might have been a little contact to just knock him off his stride. He knew where he wanted the ball played, and Hadji got it into a pretty good area. That's the sort of counter-attack that Sporting have got to try and construct, because it keeps Monaco more occupied at the back, and it gives their own defenders, the Portuguese club, a chance just to get themselves organised and get their breath back. They've had a lot of defending to do in this second half. They've conceded one goal, but a moment or two ago, Sporting on the break, nearly getting that 2-goal advantage back. Well, there's going to be another change. And Stefan Carno is coming on for Ali Benabia. Carno, a midfield man with an eye for goal. He's got 3 in the French First Division this season. Some optimistic shouts from the crowd. Trezeguet also lending his voice to the appeals that he was being impeded. Nene, the player who only came in at the 11th hour, and Beto, who was injured in the Sporting League game at the weekend, failed the fitness test. Humberto is replaced by Vinicius, another of the Brazilians at Sporting. Thiago taking that goal kick himself and taking it pretty well. Sagnol. Taken from him by Keba. Collins. Carno. gets it back. Sporting press back again. And that's the second ball they've got to defend as it drops on the edge of the area. And they're finding it hard to do that, Sporting. Collins. Now Pignol. Oh, Ikpeba, good stop, but it must be Thierry Henry. Well, they're level, and there's still more than 15 minutes to go. Thierry Henry on the spot. And Jean Tigana will hope now that his team that has really got the bit between his teeth at last can go on to win here, and you'd have to back them in this situation. Header down by Ikpeba. Thiago parried it, but couldn't control the save, and Henry had to get it up, make sure he didn't get it up too high. Did what was required. 2 goals in what, 9 minutes for Monaco to match the 2 in 7 minutes in the first half for Sporting. Much more like it from Monaco, and they're in again, are they? Ikpeba trying to get round the back, it's a corner. Trezeguet trying to get free. Henry. And this time Sabe most clearly played the ball. But there's no respite for Sporting. Long, they can't get it away. Cano. Should be the goalkeepers. The feet of Ikpeba. Trezeguet. And Thiago makes a great stop from Cano. Trezeguet this time setting up, and the goalkeeper did very well to get down to that. It was in that area quite close to the body, sometimes gets underneath goalkeepers. Well, the crowd feeling that this is a little bit of gamesmanship by Oceano. But he's down the captain, and you do fear for Sporting now that they may be down and effectively out. And it looks pretty serious for Oceano, who's going to put on the armband, so he's going for good. So Afonso Martins, another of the Sporting players who knows a thing or two about the French First Division. So it's a corner. Legbinski first to make a move. Trezeguet is there as well. Cano takes it. No one coming in at the back post. It's another corner. Cano coming across. Yele's in there as well. Sporting just haven't been able to keep them out in the second half. Henry might have let it go. Ten and a half minutes plus time added on. They've had to wait for their fix of excitement for Monaco fans in a match that was regarded by many as a formality. I'm sure not by Jean Tigana himself, but his players started as though that was the way they saw it. But it's a win they need. Can't stress that too highly, otherwise even Bayer Leverkusen winning their game tonight, they would be in a real position to win the group. They're at home to Monaco in the last game. That's Legvinsky, awkward one, bouncing in front of the goalkeeper. We are now inside the final 10 minutes. And here comes Saber, trying to give something for Monaco to think about defensively. Hadji as well. One real break in the second half. Oh, here could be another one. Leandro will keep it in. Go through himself and literally go through the defenders. Leandro nearly ran on his way. Barthez trying to get it up towards Trezeguet, and he's done that. Henry, corner. Well, it's certainly been a match worthy of the rarefied atmosphere of the Champions League, the biggest test in the club competition in Europe. And whatever happens in the remaining few minutes, Thiago will have learnt a lot from this experience. And he's certainly not been the reason that Sporting have lost this 2-goal lead. 8 minutes to go. The draw not good enough for Sporting, of course. No set of circumstances to prevent their elimination. Their last match would be a formality, although there are financial rewards for the points that you get in the group. They've got to go looking for a winning goal. That might suit Monaco. Legvinsky. Here's Luis Miguel. And you can see that the Sporting players know the score here and what it means. I don't mean the score literally, of course they will know that, but the score as the scenario in the group. So both sides desperate for a winning goal. Again, an engaging spectacle from a neutral perspective. 2-2 shining brightly on that scoreboard behind the goal. Long takes a corner, not the expected sort of match. All the experts going for a comfortable Monaco win. A win it might be, but it certainly hasn't been a comfortable one. I think Pepper can't get away from Marco Aurelio, who's taken on the captaincy with the departure of Oceano. And they still can't get their noses in front. Monaco. Carno. But this might be the moment that the flag is up for offside, and Nick Pepper can't put it in any case. was close. Saber had switched off, and he was very lucky that the assistant on the far side deemed that to be offside. Five minutes to go, and both teams looking for a winning goal. Hadji. Monaco got a player down. They're not concentrating on that. They're trying to get as many men forward as possible. Hadji. Barthez didn't panic. Broken up by Saber. Off goes Luis Miguel, but the pass wasn't a good one for him. So here we are inside the final 5 minutes. Sporting have played with great pride tonight. They had to qualify for the league section. They were announcing themselves in the grand manner with those 2 early goals against Monaco back in September. But it's a late goal that both sides are looking for here. Aurelio just doing enough, making sure that Thierry Henry in the end ran down a cul-de-sac. Pignol, Luis Miguel keeping going with great effervescence. Pignol's throw. Collins and Carno trying to create something. And John Collins not giving it up. 2 forward. The ball to the head of Trezeguet, a very potent one. Good play by Pedro Martins. Alfonso Martins involved as well. Barthez scampering out there with a man who wanted to prevent the corner, but he hasn't been able to do that. Is this set up now for a sensational sting in the tail? Sporting will hope so. Along with the corner. And the frustrated player there was Nene, who came in. No time to waste though dwelling on that. Sporting didn't score. Monaco trying to get the ball forward a long way from the kick of Barthez. It's been a really entertaining game after a slow start. And it's going to go right to the wire at Louis II Stadium. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Didier Long gets his head to the ball. Alfonso Martins being fouled by Carno, 2 of the substitutes. And the crowd calling the referee's attention to time wasting, and Long gets a yellow card for that. It's not been a game that's required ruthless refereeing. The players have conducted themselves, given the stakes here, very much in the right manner. Collins. Pignol. We're in the 90th minute. Dumas. And the goalkeeper, can he get there? He can't! And it's hooked away in the end. Whether the referee's given that a free kick. Saber, I think it was, who straked it off the line. Well, there's no other goalkeeper on the bench. The substitute injured here, coming out at the feet of Trezeguet. Ball rolling tantalisingly towards the line, and Abdallah Saber hammering it away. Certainly, Trezeguet was entitled to go for it. And it looks as though the game is going to restart with a throw and not a free kick to Sporting. So it would have counted had Saber not been the saviour. There's a man in some ways wanting the final whistle, but because a draw here would be regarded in Portugal as a very good effort by Sporting, even though it's come from a position of greater strength when they were 2-0 up. Thiago just indicating to where he was hurt at the height of the challenge that it should be a free kick, but it's not. Pignol. Just a question now of how long will be added on. Well, the actual extent of a failure to win by Monaco will only be clear when the result comes from the other game in the group. If Bayer Leverkusen have won, then Monaco will have to go to Germany and win the last game. But Sporting have got a free kick here. Leandro waving an imaginary card, trying to get the referee to do the same. I do think that's a despicable habit amongst players. The referee was not drawn into copying him with the real card. Long. Into the 3rd minute of time added on. 2-2. Henry. Long. It's a tackle from behind. Not given though, and now Monaco might get the benefit of that lack of decision, but they're going to get a free kick. And if this was to settle the game against Sporting, well, they would feel hard done by. It looked as though Afonso Martins was fouled the moment before this. It may well have been an infringement by Nene. Sporting will feel that the game should have been stopped seconds earlier in their favour. As it is, this really is the moment of truth. Surely the last chance. The team 2-0 down. If they can find the right free kick here, it could be a 3-2 victory and the comeback complete. It's going to be Kano, who replaced Benabia. Collins is there as well, further away from the ball. Here goes Kano, hit the target. Oh, the goalkeeper saved it. Trezeguet had a goal. It's Thierry Henry. They've done it, Monaco. The miracle has happened. Thierry Henry on the spot again, as he was for the equaliser. He's won it in the very nick of time. And in the royal box, it's appreciated as much as anywhere else in the ground. Thiago should have turned that round the post. He couldn't do it. And there was Thierry Henry after Trezeguet got to the ball first to keep it alive there. It needed knocking in, and Henry did it. The game's not over yet. It is now an extraordinary climax. A win that was much expected before the game, that looked no more than a distant possibility at half-time, by which time Sporting had scored twice through Luis Miguel and Oceano's penalty. But the comeback started at the three-quarter mark, and it was completed by 2 goals from Thierry Henry, who was brought on as a substitute very early in the game. Whether those questions will be asked about that last free kick and whether Sporting should have had a free kick themselves, it certainly looked that way from my vantage point. But Carno did what he had to do, made the goalkeeper work. The goalkeeper, the raw substitute, Thiago,